Sup, Shredders? How you doing? My name's Logan, aka Spiderhands. Welcome to a talkie video. I have a microphone now. It's not this guy. It's this one. It's this one here. It's my Rode mic. You might be thinking, why would you have a Rode microphone? Why would you bother having a Rode microphone? See, the really cool thing about it is this isn't like an entire microphone. It's one of these Rode wireless go-tos. You put them in there, and boom, big old interview microphone. So I can interview now people if I want to. And I think that's kind of dope. But we're going to get to the point of the video. And apologies if the audio is a bit weird. It's just that I'm getting used to having a mic that I can walk around the room with. Because I can. I can walk around the room with this. I'm walking around now. I've gone this way. See, no issues. You can still hear me clearly. I can walk here. I can walk really far away. And there's absolutely no issues with it whatsoever. And I dig it. I really kind of just wish that this technology had been around when I started YouTube, because it would have been a hell of a lot better, or a hell of a lot easier to get the audio if I'd done it this way. Now, I'm not going to pretend that the audio is going to be perfect like this. I still prefer the sound of my SM7B. But that is a $900 NZD, professional microphone that I've got a signal chain on that I've been working on for a while. This microphone is a new one. It's amazing wireless technology, mind you. But it's pretty good. So basically what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about accountants, because accountants are pretty fucking dope. And recently I got told that I'm getting a tax refund. And this is really interesting for me. And the reason is that I never expected to get it. For a while now, I've needed someone who can do this for me. And as a self-employed person, I've gotten help over the years, but my accountant Casper is phenomenal. And I went to Casper earlier this year because I made the mistake of confusing the domestic and international income that I have for the company for the 2023 year. And that meant that I paid significantly. Well, I told the ID that I earned significantly more income than I actually did. Like, I doubled my overseas income in my statements. And so, what happened is that Casper was able to look in my accounts, get them all sorted, and get it to a point where I'm not just due for a refund, but I'm due for an additional refund. Because in New Zealand, I don't know what it's like where you are, but you have to pay additional money if you pay a certain amount of income tax in a year. Like, you have to pay in advance, because the tax agency is like, we don't really want this person to maybe leave it to the last minute again, because that might be stressful for them. So they instead get you to send through a third of that expected profit within a couple of months of sending through your details for the year. So basically, if you are running a business, I would recommend you get an accountant. You get yourself an accountant, even if you don't think you're making that much money, because I just, as someone, again, who has been running a business for a long, long time, there is just stuff that you don't know until you get a specialist to look at it. And really, it's the same kind of stuff that I'm now considering. Should I get an SEO specialist for my website? Should I look into getting custom design work? Do I need to actually do other things, get help with other things now? Because you realize that when you're not good at everything, that leaves some very clear and obvious weaknesses on the table as a business owner, and you want to kind of avoid it. But for you watching this, if you are unsure about whether you need an accountant and you're running your own company, you probably do. If you have the slightest suspicion that you might have overpaid, or especially if you feel like you've underpaid your tax, you need an accountant. For my case, it was overpaid, but if I had not been as diligent, if I had given less than I thought I had, things could be really bad. And, the IRS in the States, for example, I hear they don't mess around, neither do the IRD in New Zealand. So, that's just my video. I'm hoping that this audio came through okay and that it sounds alright. I don't know what this mic is like, but that's just a little story time. That's what I've been dealing with this week. I was supposed to do some live streaming, but I didn't. I've gotten as many as the Patreon videos as I could done. I think everyone's done. If anyone that sent through a request via Patreon had their stuff done. Hopefully you have a happy Halloween, spooky Halloween. For me, the scariest thing I had to deal with on Halloween was the validation system for the IOD, because I called them and they didn't know who I was, and I had to go into the office and figure that out. But we got there in the end. It's gonna be November very soon. Looking forward to anyway. I'm gonna go. I'm rambling, but I like using the microphone. It's nice. I understand that a lot of people appreciate when you sit in a chair and you talk, and that kind of story time is really, really good. It's just, I think that it's good to move around. You technically speaking, I don't actually need to sit down for these reviews at all. I could just happily move around the room and just talk about it like this. And, thankfully at this point in time, I'm in a room where it's like big enough that I can walk to this side and that side without any issues. It's not an especially large room, but it's definitely a bit bigger than a double bedroom, but I'll catch you guys in the next video. Remember, if you're a business owner and you don't have an accountant, you should probably get an accountant. Spider hands out. See you later.